Good morning. I had about 3 more miles to go up the mountain to the smart tenting site. Last night, I passed this area when I was on the phone with my husband. Actually, he FaceTimed me. I went like 0.3 further, and then I was like, you know what? I'm going to take this tent site. That was great. Slept well. Yeah, it's time to get started. And so now, because I did take a shorter day yesterday, I have 15 point something miles to do today. And I wanted to get going earlier, but it is 7:50, which seems to be my leave time. I just came up this with one hand because I thought I was videotaping, but I wasn't actually videotaping. I've just gotten started. Already sweating. I must be basically Pigpen because I have flies that just buzz around my head. I'll take the flies over wasps, hornets, and yellow jackets, etc. So Smart Mountain is up there. On top of it, there's a little tower. That's where I'm heading. And then down it. And then up another one. And then down it. Yeah. There's windmills along over there. Let me show you. Okay, so Smart Mountain. There's a tower that I'll be at soon. Probably can't see it, but along the highest ridge in the back there are windmills. Here we go. I see no blazes. Now I'm gonna pan over and there's gonna be like a blaze right in my face, but I don't see any blazes. But this seems to be the path. So now we proceed cautiously. Aha! Look. So southbounders get, hey, this is the trail. What about us? What about northbounders? Come on. I'm trying to hike here. Switchbacks. Nah, we just go up and over. Zigzagging seems like a waste of time, eh? You have to walk up this slide and take the slide up to the staircase. Or southbounders take the stairs down to the slide. The amount of work put into this. Okay, up we go. This is part of the tent site at Smart Mountain, where I didn't go last night. I stopped before I got to the top. I was worried, for one thing. They said there was only room for 2 or 3 tents, and there's room for more than that. They're not the best tent sites, but you could fit 3, 4 tents if you're friendly up there. Another tent or 2 here. Again, if you're friendly. Somebody could put a little tent right there. Oh, it's dead wood above it though. And there's a few more here. So, place over there, right here. But it took me 2.5 hours to get here this morning, so it would have taken me probably longer than that last night because I was tired. I'm very glad at 7 p.m. I turned around and stopped at that site. Oh my gosh, it smells like Christmas. All right, soon should be at the tower. I'm gonna climb the Smart Mountain Tower. I can't go to the top of the tower, so I can't really get a good panoramic, but it is just amazing. I have water. I have gone 6.8 miles today. I have 8.6 miles to go to get to the campground that I'm staying at. And there should be water in another 5 miles. Well, in another mile and then another 5 miles. So I'm good with water. Yay. I just sat by the water for over an hour, drank up, ate lunch, took my shoes off, stretched, washed some things out. Heading up. A little view and a breeze. It's beautiful. Whew. I just did not expect it to be like 90 degrees on a daily basis in the mountains of New Hampshire. I talked to a Sobo who said that it doesn't get much better water-wise. It's a lot of water hauls. I did not want to hear that. But it's okay. I've been today visualizing myself summiting Mount Musalaki, and just walking back to the hostel, successful, safe, and sound, right? Because I've been afraid of things. And the day I fell a couple weeks ago, that day and for several days after, I just envisioned myself falling all day long. Every rock was oh, that one would go through my eye. Oh, that one would break my jaw. And just horrible visualizations. It was bad. And so that day that I fell, I kind of I pushed myself to go a little further than I probably should have, because I was like, you're walking through this fear. This is not happening. So, being afraid of these big mountains, they're difficult. So I'll just plan and go slow and get up early and do the things to help myself be successful. And visualizing myself being successful is one of those things. So taking my shoes off for over an hour at lunchtime was brilliant. And I need to do that more often and remember how good my feet feel after I do that. And I need my hands. I'm perched on the rock. That's quite vertical. All right. I'm sure we'll talk when we get to the top. Okay, so there are no blazes, but this seems like the most logical way to come up here. And I'm like, well, no, I didn't need to come up here. But then I walk over here, and yes, that is for sure the trail. But still no blazes. I don't know how long the white blazes last up here, but it does look like it's been a couple years since this section was blazed. And I do see them up there now. Currently 1.2 miles from the summit of Mount Cube and 6-point-something miles to where I hope to camp for tonight. Tall Man sent me a weather report, and it would be great if I could be in camp before 7, definitely before 8, because it's much more likely to rain then. Is this the Appalachian Trail? Why, yes. Yes, it is. Oh. Well, I think it is. It's not blazed. Is it this way? Is it this way? I think it's actually that way because I don't see any blazes on the rock. But that blaze is like angled this way versus coming this way. And somebody put a pile of rocks there, and that's been the sign. So far, in this part of the trail where it's not blazed really well, you see a pile of rocks, and eventually you see the blazes again. So, I'm gonna go this way. There's a blaze.